Earlier this year, I stopped buying designer luxury handbags. As someone who is a self-confessed handbag addict, handbag lover, and fully fledged member of the handbag tribe, I did not buy any luxury designer handbags for 8 months. Now, I hear it out loud, and I know for most people who are not handbag addicts, not handbag luxury designer handbag lovers, that is not something to write home about. That is not even something that would be noteworthy in most person's days. But for someone who has been a handbag lover and a handbag enthusiast, and someone who has collected handbags and been buying them for more years than I want to admit to, that was quite a break to my normal routine, and that was quite a lengthy period of time without buying any designer or luxury handbags. I get that most people go a lot longer than 8 months without buying a designer handbag, and I get that a lot of people go through their whole lives without buying handbags, but in this community, for someone who spent a huge amount of time and energy and money researching, looking at, investing into and considering new collections and looking at handbags and talking to you about handbags, that's quite a moment in time for me to have completely stopped. And I would say that throughout that time, I learnt a few things about what I actually thought about the bags I was buying, my own activities and my own behaviours, my own addictions, let's be honest, let's call it what it is. And I don't mean to say that lightly, because I know there are persons in the world that have potentially far less healthy addictions. This is not a healthy addiction either. It's exceptionally expensive. And if you're buying these things outside your buying power and outside what is comfortable to you, that is not healthy. But I do appreciate, obviously, that addiction is a very difficult topic, and there are a lot of people that will be touched by that. And I don't mean to say that lightly when I say that. But I do think that there was a period of time there that I was completely addicted to buying handbags. I was constantly chasing the next one. I was chasing the next release, and I was chasing the next one that I could be interested in buying. I had got to the point that I would be buying handbags and it would come home and I would put it over there in what we initially called the corner of shame and now call the corner of anticipation. And then I would move on to the next one. And I would be moving on to the next one, to look for the next one, to buy the next one, with 6 in that corner not even opened. I hear it. I'm not proud of it, but I hear it. And I wouldn't even be taking them out of their box to use them, enjoy them, love them, parade about town with them before I was busy ordering the next one. That isn't potentially the best healthy behaviour. And it's not really how I want to be buying handbags or buying anything that's expensive, or to be honest, anything. I don't want to just be in this cycle of consuming, and I hear it, and I can hear the people in the comment box already saying she's such a hypocrite, she's such a consumer. I will always be a consumer. I will always be buying pretty things. But I try to have some self-realisation and some self-reflection whenever that gets out of hand, to make myself face the mirror and actually look at my own behaviours and what I am doing and how I've got caught up in the cycle, because I love these things. That hasn't changed. I don't think that's ever going to change. It's not that I'm suddenly coming on here and saying to you, I've had an epiphany. I no longer love my designer handbags. Let's get rid of them all and let's not buy any more. No, that's not happening. So every so often I do have to kind of take a hold of myself and say, let's have a bit of time to reflect here on how the spending's going, how the shopping's going, and let's take a moment, because I have admitted on this channel many times, and in my personal life many times, I'm exceptionally impulsive. Exceptionally impulsive. It comes with the whole crazy that goes on in my brain at times. And there are times that I will not think things through and I will not take a moment or a beat, and it's just go, because impulsivity runs through me to my very core, and that at times can be dangerous. So the first thing this time, taking that 8-month break, I last bought designer handbags in December 2024, and I did not buy any again until I was in Paris in August 25, just very recently. You may have watched the vlogs and the unboxings, and I bought these 2 bags in Paris. This one I actually wore yesterday. I love this. This is the Fendi Mini Baguette in the rhinestones, which is very glittery, Amelia, and fabulous and sparkly, and it has the Fendi Zucca print in the stones. This was a special release for Harrods. I think it was celebrating an anniversary for Harrods and it was supposed to be exclusive to Harrods. I bought it in Paris. I know, and Dale has told us many times about Fendi doing exclusive releases, etc., which then turn out not to be exclusive. So I got this in Paris very, very recently. I love it. No regrets on this, as I say. Can I get through one video on this channel without throwing things on the floor? Yes, that was the Fendi Rhinestone Mini Baguette that you just heard hit the floor. And anyone else that has ADHD, are you as clumsy as I am? It just falls out of the hands. I know that. Next one that I also bought in Paris was this, and this is the, oh, there's still stickers on that. I must get them off. This is the Constance in Swift Leather in Blue Celeste, one sticker off, in the Palladium hardware. This I got very fortunately without a leather appointment in Paris. Deb and I from Wild Unfiltered got very lucky. If you want to know more about that story, I have the unboxing on my channel and I have the story time on my channel, and Deb also has as well because she got a bag in Paris as well. So I bought, you can see the one with the sticker off and the one I haven't managed to get off yet. I will get those off. I managed to get this, was definitely not turning this down. Absolutely love this bag. The Constance is becoming one of my favourite bags, and I think this colour, this blue Celeste, is fabulous. Goes with what I'm wearing today, and just the guy that sold it to me in the shop was like, what matches your eyes? It's perfect colour. Anyway, that's a tangent. Another thing that I do. Bought both of these, and that had been the first bags that I had bought in 8.5 months, say. But let's not crack out the celebrations and the, oh, that's such an achievement and you're well done to yourself there, Amelia, because in December I had bought, and I'm probably not going to get this right, I'm probably going to lose track of some of them, but I had certainly bought the Mini Kelly. I had bought the red, so red mini capucines from Louis Vuitton. I'm fairly certain I bought that around that time. I bought the gold, there's a gold, you can just see in the corner over there, a gold Chanel Mini. I bought the gold Mini, it's coming back to me now like the Celine Dion song. I bought the gold sequence Chanel Mini over there in the corner and the So Red Capucines on the same day. Yes. Then I was in Hermes renewing my wish list and had been talking to them about how I'd been on the wish list for 5 years for the Mini Kelly, etc, etc. There's a full video on that if you're interested in that. Loved that bag. And then the Mini Kelly came 2 or 3 days later. So I certainly bought those three in the space of about 3 days. I bought, don't stop there, Amelia, the Rose Papri Constance behind the Mini Kelly. I bought that just before Christmas. I bought the Fendi sequence for Fendi First just before Christmas. Yeah. And I bought the bag that hasn't been unboxed yet in December. That's not normal behaviour. And what is that? I lost count. Is that 7 luxury designer handbags in a minute? Like that. And there is, and in my defence, I feel like that's relative here, but there might even be more. There is a thing about being a luxury lover that is not into classics. I'm not really a classic lover. I like things that are a bit different, a bit colourful. You will see the things around me. If anything is behind me on those shelves, it matters to me. As well as with the bags, you can see the picture from New York. There is the doll down here that Meredith had made. I have one and Meredith has one and Dale has one. This is very important to me. These are very important to me. Everything that's behind me matters to me. So when you are someone that's drawn to things that are bright and different and a bit quirky and seasonal, I'm looking at that striped Fendi First. I think I bought that around that time too. It can be hard to not buy them when they're available. And that's the difficulty with liking things that are different like that. They don't come on a plan. You don't know when they're coming. Some of those were pre-loved, so you don't know when those are coming or going to become available. The Mini Kelly you're not turning down no matter when you get it and what you've just bought. So yes, in my defence, that happens for a lot of bags to come at the same time. But, that's a lot. And there's only so much that I can can put that into perspective. And it did hit me then in the January, and I talked about this on my channel, that I needed to take a break. But the thing was that I don't think I get that much of an army of applause coming down the room, because there's a whole pile of bags over there to be unboxed throughout that time. One of them still hasn't even been unboxed, and I've bought 2 more, as I've just shown you. So there is a limit to me being able to say to myself, well done, 8 months without a bag, because you did have those bags. But and I'll come on to that, because then I went off bags altogether and wasn't even looking at any, didn't think about what was in that corner, didn't have an interest really, and that's unusual for me, and we'll come on to that. But the first thing I realised was I needed a break. I was in a frenzy, I was in a manic period of buying, and I needed to just step back, and I needed to stay off of looking at what was being released, stay off of the Preloved sites. The Preloved sites are my kryptonite. Fashionphile is my kryptonite. If I didn't have the issue of customs and buying with it being in the US, it's the amount of inventory and stock they get on there that you just don't see, and are bags that you've missed previously and are very hard to get. If that didn't have the customs issue, I would be in a lot of trouble. And I needed to stay off those sites, and I did stay off them. I needed a break, and I needed to just reflect and to pause. And that was lesson 1. You need to stop for a minute, girl. Then came the period of time when I was off YouTube. So I was off YouTube and all social media basically for 5 months. I think I put 1 or 2 videos out, but without any consistency. And even when I put those videos out, as much as at that moment I thought I really want to make a video and talk to everybody and talk about handbags and the pretty and get back into things, I knew it wasn't time to come back. I knew that I still had too much going on in my life to allow me to invest the time into YouTube, because I know you see these videos and it looks as if we just sit down and talk for 15 minutes and up it goes, and sure, what's the problem with that? There's a lot more goes into it. There is a lot to it. It takes time, and it takes commitment, and it takes dedication. And I obviously have a business, and I have 2 children, and I have a husband, and I have 4 dogs, and I have a family, and it just got too much. Everything just got too much. I had too much going on. I didn't have the time or the headspace to commit to YouTube and to focus on things like handbags, which, let's be honest, we're not talking nuclear science here. We're talking handbags. And to me, they've always been an escape. They've always been something fun, something to get out of the everyday life. But there is going to be times in life when that everyday life, the problems in it, I'm not even particularly saying problems, but it could be problems, it could be the busyness, it could be the overwhelming nature of it, just get too much that they don't even become an escape anymore. And for me, YouTube didn't at that point become an escape. It was just another thing to do. It was another pressure. It was another thing that I had to do, to film, to edit. I had to think of, I was out of ideas, which normally I could talk to you about handbags every day of the week. I couldn't even think of what I would have talked to you about, because there was so much else going on that my mind was just so busy. And one of the problems, I suppose, things about having a mind like mine is it can get very, very busy and very, very noisy. And I just needed to quiet something and couldn't get through that to keep going. And that's why I had the 5 months off of YouTube. What that taught me is that being on YouTube definitely makes me buy more handbags. Now, it's not like I can blame YouTube. It's not that I buy them to make content. There's bags and you're all screaming at me to get the bags unboxed. I don't unbox every week on my channel. I spread them out, and I don't generally try to put them all very close together. There's still one over there, still other things over there. So it's not that YouTube makes me buy bags to unbox for content. It's not the core of my content. I much prefer videos. As much as I love unboxing a bag to show you and share in the joy with you, and I get a lot of joy from that I have people to share it with and talk to about it, it's not that I'm thinking, oh, the only content I like to make is unboxings. I very much like videos like this where I sit and talk to you, and I like videos where I talk about things that are going on. So when we had like the Hermes lawsuit, and we had different things like the Louis Vuitton launches and things that have a bit more of a, not controversy, but a bit more of a chat about them. I really enjoy videos like that, but I need my headspace for those because you need to think about them. But I did realise that being on YouTube makes me buy more bags because I get caught up in it, and it comes into my impulsive nature. That when you're very impulsive and you're researching collections for YouTube and you're researching bags and you're putting lists together and you're thinking about wish lists and you're thinking about what's coming next, the thrill of that and the thrill of the, I suppose, the research and the thrill of the chase and the thrill of buying the next bag, it's a hit, it's an endorphin hit. And even when there's bags over there, the next one to buy gives you that hit. And because spending time on YouTube makes me spend time on luxury, be it watching other people's videos. And during the time I was off YouTube, I didn't watch any YouTube at all. And I again didn't have the headspace. But watching other people's videos, watching the releases, it just catches me up in that cycle of buying more. And it also, for me, and I want to be careful how I say this, but it almost normalizes for me repeatedly buying handbags, because I have a lot on here of, and I'm not in any way deflecting my behaviours onto anybody else, and I'm not trying to say, oh, having a channel is to blame. I'm just saying it does make me buy more, because when I have you guys to talk to and share about it, it normalizes the buying more. And when I realised that I bought something like 8 in December, for me that is not normal buying behaviour. I can't sustain, don't want to sustain, don't have the lifestyle to sustain that many bags coming in. So taking that time, yeah, being on YouTube, and I'm aware of that now, and I'm trying to be more conscious of it, because I am the worst for going, new release, buy them all. Buy them in every colour. Louis Vuitton Beauty, buy it all. Amelia, you don't change your eye, don't care, buy it all. Ooh. That's what I'm like with new releases. And I'm trying to be a bit more conscious of that and buy more selectively and less impulsively. Number 3, I have too many bags. Shock, Amelia. Could have told you that. But I really, really realised during the time not buying bags, and specifically during the time off YouTube, I have too many bags. I really found out the bags that I love and the bags that are just here. And I also realised that for my lifestyle, shocker, mum, 2 children, 4 dogs, business, I don't have the space in my life to wear all of these bags. Now, there are certain bags that I will buy and I get emotionally attached to. I'm very sentimental. Or I love them as a collector's piece. I am happy for them to be there and me not to use them. But the vast majority of my bags I buy to use. And I realised during that time I have far too many. Can't use them all. And then I start to feel guilty about that, and I start to feel anxious, and I'm not even very much an anxious person, and I start to feel overwhelmed that there are too many bags that are just sitting here and I'm not using them. And it's almost like they're calling my name, and it's like, you're not using us, and it becomes like a big spotlight, and my brain starts to go again. And I realised during that time I just have too many. I can't, the ones that I want to be using, that I'm not happy to just be there as a collection, can't use that many. And this summer brought that home to me, because this summer I took more time off work than what I normally do, and I was away quite a bit. I was on quite a few trips. I was very lucky over the summer. I also was able to meet friends for lunch a lot over the summer because I wasn't working full days as much. And what the beauty of that is, I got to put outfits together. I got to think about what I was going to wear instead of being in my suits all the time. And then I could pick the bags to go with the outfits. And it became very obvious that there are bags that I am drawn to and want to use and just love. And then there were quite a few bags that just sat on the shelves and I never even considered using. I never thought about using. The odd time I would think, oh, I really should use that bag because it cost X amount, or it's sitting there and I haven't used it, and I still didn't use it. I would maybe lift it up and then put it back down. And that was such a realisation that you just have too many and you have bags that you don't love. Number 4 kind of follows on from that, and it sounds a bit silly having just said that I have too many. I have enough bags. There wasn't any of those times that I was looking for an outfit to put together to style and I thought, I don't have a bag to go with this. There's nothing that works. There's a gap in my bag wardrobe. I'm laughing because that's ridiculous. I'm laughing. Yeah, there's a gap in my bag wardrobe and I really need a pink bag today, or I really need a blue bag or a yellow bag or this bag or that bag to make this outfit work. That never happened. Not even once. There was nothing that I could think of that I didn't have that could fill with some way to make the outfit work. So you have enough bags, Amelia. And that showed me that stop fooling yourself by thinking, oh, this will be perfect for that. This will be perfect for that, or this. Yes, absolutely. If you want to buy more bags, just own that you love the bag and you want to add that bag into your collection. But stop trying to fool your own mind into thinking, I need that. No, you don't. I could fill a void in my wardrobe with XYZ. Don't have a void in your wardrobe, love. So you don't need to. You just have to own that you want to buy the bag. But following on from that, make sure you're only adding bags in that you absolutely love. There's a lot of fabulous bags behind me. I'm very fortunate. And there has got to be something now about bags that is that little bit different or special to make me bring them into my collection. It can't just be that, oh, there's another pink bag and I really like pink. Pink's class colour, let's buy it. No, yeah, that has to stop. And yes, I'm not saying that I'm never going to buy other pink bags, but there will have to be something special about it because I have some fabulous ones. And there's a lot over here. This is the pile that's going in the vlog sale, which no, still is not organised. I know. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags that could count as pink or pink adjacent. Don't need to buy more pink bags. Number 5. Rocket science again. This is going to shake you to your core. They're just bags. They're just bags. And I say that as someone who loves them. Very fun. Gets a lot of enjoyment out of bags. Gets a lot of pleasure out of new bags and excitement and looking at bags and talking about bags. Of course, I have a whole channel talking about it. But when things get heavy, for me, bags, YouTube as a continuation of that, as I've said earlier, has always been a distraction. It's always been an escape. It's always been fun. It's always been light entertainment outside of the norm. But when things get heavy, in whatever way in life, and I can only talk for myself, they're just bags. So they make things better. They make life fun. They give you that distraction and that joy when things are already pretty good. And then you don't have any major worries, or you don't have, for me anyway, I don't have any major worries going on, or I don't have anything in my life that I'm struggling to cope with. When that is the case, a bag's not going to distract from that. A bag's not going to fix that. And I'm talking here personally because I know someone's going to say in the comment box, there are some very, very awful, atrocious things going on in the world today. Awful things. And I still can come on with those all things going on that I have views on, but they're not for this channel. And I can still come on here and be excited about bags because that is the general of what's going on in the world. And I actually enjoy getting a little bit of an escapism from that and being able to turn off from that and think about pretty things. But when there's something that is, for me, in your own life that is you're struggling with, the bag stopped being able to do that. It couldn't turn off all of the other more serious things because they're just bags. Number 6, in saying that though, I still love them. I am definitely not, as I said earlier, coming on to you here and saying I'm selling all my bags, I'm over them, done. No. Still love them. Love the colour, love the texture, love the sparkle. Love the bit of brightness and fun and energy they add. Love being able to put outfits together and pick a bag that goes with it, and the bag is maybe a statement, or you want it to work and you want the outfit to be the statement and the bag just to blend in with it, or you want the outfit almost to be like the background and the bag to be the star. Love it all. And I don't think that's going to change. So I don't think that I'm going to be saying to you, never buying any more bags, I think I'll always be buying more bags. I am trying to get to the point in my own head that they have to be pretty special for me to add them, because I'm very fortunate with the bags that I have, and they have to be bringing something different, or they have to be something that I just love and can't get over. I'm not going to even try and say that I need, because I don't need. And at that point, yes, add them. I don't think it's ever going to change for me. Even with the 8 months off, even with the 5 months off YouTube, when things started to calm down, and it was just, thankfully, it was nothing serious or life-threatening. It was just life and busyness and a business and all that comes with that. And to come back and start to feel a bit better again on things, still love them, still absolutely love them, and just the colours and the sparkles and this room makes me happy. Number 7 is that tastes definitely change. I used to be obsessed with crossbody bags. Every bag had to be crossbody. I would buy bags that were clearly not crossbody bags and try to make them work as crossbody bags. Buy extra straps to try and make them work as crossbody bags. I'm thinking the Artie Capucines back there, that has a crossbody strap. It looks ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's a hand carry bag. Or the saddle bag, I don't particularly love the regular size of the saddle bag crossbody. And I was obsessed that every bag had to be crossbody. I think at a point, the Chanel Mini, which don't get me wrong, is a fabulous crossbody bag, and there's still a number of them in my collection. I think at one point I had about 16 of them. I'm laughing at myself. Of the same bag, the same shape, the same silhouette, the same bag, just in different colours or textures or whatever. About 16, and they're about, what, 4 or 5 grand a pop? Mental. Like, just makes no sense. And I've sold a lot of them, but I definitely realised during that time, tastes change and evolve. Thankfully you got there in the end, Amelia. And I use now more hand carry bags. When I say hand carry bags, because I know I'm getting a lot of heat in the comments about talking about selling the Birkin, which is here because I don't use it. When I go to that, I was going to one of the sequins Fendi baguettes instead and hand carrying those. Or shoulder bagging. I used to hate bags on my shoulder, and I used the little Prada Raffia, wherever it is down here, I think, on my shoulder quite a lot in the summer. And when I was taking out some of the Chanel Minis, I went to the reissue, which is the metallic one here, because it doubles up and goes easily on your shoulder, or the seasonal ones go. I even used some of the leather traditional rectangle ones and did the thing with the strap to make it just go on your shoulder, and wore it on my shoulder. And that's new for me, and I finally realised that people evolve and tastes change. Number 8, when I can calm myself and take myself out of the mania of what's next, what's next, what's next, what's next. What can I look at? What can I chase? What can I buy? I need a parcel to be arriving in the post. It's like those memes you see on Instagram. Yeah, that was me. I need the UPS man to be coming back and bringing me more things. And when I get myself out of that mania, I reminded myself and realised I actually really enjoy styling and putting together outfits. Now, I know I've had a huge amount of requests on here to do styling videos. It's not something that I feel particularly comfortable filming or really know how to do to film, but I know you have asked me a lot for it, I imagine because I style colour, but I really enjoy it. And when I didn't have to worry about what was coming next and what was being chased, and I didn't worry about filming what I was putting together, I didn't even really take outfits of the day photographs. I just put the outfits together and went. Imagine that. Imagine just living your life and not thinking about photographing it and putting it on Instagram, YouTube. Anyway, that's a whole other story. But I really enjoyed it, and it reminded me how much I enjoyed it, and that I actually really like styling what's here and playing about with things when I'm not distracted by what's coming next. And number 9, which I've just looked at the timer, this has turned into quite a lengthy video, and I hope I've articulated myself carefully, because I know some things can upset people or trigger people. I hope I've just explained my own viewpoint. But number 9 is, I realised how easily I get caught up in the hype and get carried away, and how easily I can become that I almost, for someone that's supposed to be semi-intelligent, I almost lose sense of my own mind, because I'm just caught up in the what do you even call it? The hype, just getting carried away in what's coming next, in what bags are coming, in what releases there are. I can convince myself to buy things I don't even like because it's the new release, or it's the this, or it's the that. Sometimes I don't even need a very decent reason. I just can get myself there. And I need to stop that. I think it would be hard to never ever get caught up in hype, never get caught up in influence, never get caught up in new releases. I don't think I'll ever get there because I'm so impulsive. But I want to try and at least breathe. The Louis Vuitton makeup's a good example of this. Had I hit order on day one, the whole thing would be here. I don't really wear lipstick. I wear a lot of lip gloss, but I'm not a very big wearer of very bright lipstick. I feel very self-conscious wearing bright lipstick. And I had them all in tick, 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 tick. And all of the eyeshadows. I don't really change the colours. When you have a certain colour of eye, certain colours work. Oh no, buy them all. And all the SLGs. Oh yeah, bring them all. Why, Amelia, why? Because I'm caught up in the hype. And I'm trying to take a moment, breathe and reflect before going full felt into buying everything in the hype and just taking a moment. And I hope this has been in some way made sense. It is a bit of a train of thought of my messy brain and what I've been thinking about over the time of not buying the bags. And I suppose it mixes with not buying the bags plus being off social media as well. And I think for anybody that needs the break from social media or is thinking about that they're worried about how things have got with their shopping or their spending or whatever, I advocate, even though I make content, I would advocate a break from social media. It did me the world of good. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it has been mildly informative, entertaining, or just a bit of crack. If you have enjoyed it in any way, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care and I will see you again in the next one.